MoShiach Era. How will people feel in the presence of the MoShiach by Yehuda Ben-Yeddo. Answer this question. I need to create a kind of sandbox. Which means everything I am now saying is purely my own opinion and pure guesswork. We know from our sages and the rabbis that he will slowly know and grow into this role of a king. Spiritually, he will go through a kind of spiritual evolution to be the future prototype for all mankind. As he goes through this process, so will the whole world and feel some kind of shift is taking place. But not knowing it is a result of all of us being directly connected to the MoShiach. If you are starting to panic, do not worry, this is all just a conversation in a sandbox, so you are safe. However, using very simple terminology of good and evil. If Hashem sees you as working for good, even if you are not perfect, you will feel excited and very comfortable in his presence. If your actions are working for evil, and you know this in your soul, you will feel very uncomfortable in his presence, and over time even angry. This is because your evil inclination will be threatened, and you will feel like you are drowning, feeling short of breath, and in the end running away for your life. This is why our rabbis teach us that they would not like to be alive in his time. Just in case this would happen to them personally. And like the manna from heaven, it would lead to public humiliation. However, in my personal opinion, only if they just stop going down the ladder and try to climb upwards they should be fine. This will show repentance or teshuvah in Hebrew. Due to everyone being connected to the MoShiach spiritually, this will aid in the process of spiritual evolution to perfect the world. So this would mean that the only way to truly know if someone is in fact the MoShiach, you would have to be in his personal presence. May Hashem bless us all to see the MoShiach today or in the coming Hebrew year of 5783. MoShiach Era. How will people feel in the presence of the MoShiach? Part 2 by Yehuda Ben-Yeddo. In the last part 1 on this question, I was asked the following question. Are the four artisans the Messiah, son of Joseph, the Messiah, son of David, the good priest, and the prophet Elijah? And once again using the sandbox system. Meaning, what I am writing may or may not be the truth and is self-contained within a mental sandbox. To allow me to answer as freely as my imagination will allow. Our Hana B. Business citing our Simeon Hasidah replied. The Messiah the son of David, the Messiah the son of Joseph, Elijah and the righteous priest. B. Sukkah 52b. So yes, you are correct. However, some scholars believe that the MoShiach will first have the mantle of Ben Yosef and once completed, will then be granted the mantle of Ben David, because in truth he will be both. Which solves the riddle of whom the righteous priest will be, due to Hashem being able to make anyone a righteous priest or MoShiach ben HaKohen, if he so wishes it to be. But this is not widely known and could happen if he was Adam returned. Adam, David and MoShiach. Hypothetically, if one was able to speed up the soul's inner vibrations to an ever greater speed of oscillation. Like going from 2G, 3G, 4G and then 5G, you would get closer to direct angelic communication. And would in effect be a spiritual evolutionary process. Taking the working theory of Adam, he started at 5G but the drop to less than 1G. And mankind has been working through a healing process ever since. Like going to a hospital, you receive different treatments depending on your own medical need. Hence, the reason for many religious belief systems to heal and cure your soul in that time and place. In my own personal opinion, only I see Adam as all three MoShiachs as he was at creation. And once reunification start to truly kick in, we would have reached 6G or the year 6000 in the Hebrew calendar. Do I think you have to abandon your own soul health system? No. It just will become obvious to all that every treatment has its own time and place for each individual. Shana Tova. Happy New Year for 5783. MoShiach Era. How will people feel in the presence of the MoShiach? Part 3 by Yehuda Ben-Yeddo. Isaiah chapter 51. Hearken to me, you that follow after righteousness, you that seek the Lord, look at the rock whence you are hewn, and to the hole of the pit from whence you were dug out. Look at Abraham your father and to Sarah that bore you, for he was but one when I called him, and I blessed him and increased him. For the Lord shall comfort Zion, he will comfort all her waste places, and he will make her wilderness like Eden, and her desert like the garden of the Lord. Joy and gladness shall be found in it, thanksgiving and the voice of angels. Hearken to me, my people, and give ear to me, O my nation, for Torah shall proceed from me, and I will make my judgment suddenly for a light of the peoples. My righteousness is near, my salvation has gone forth, and my arms shall judge the peoples, isles shall wait upon me, and on my arm shall they trust. Lift up your eyes to the heavens, and look at the earth beneath, for the heavens shall vanish away like smoke, and the earth shall grow old like a garment, and they that dwell in it shall die in like manner, but my salvation shall be forever, and my righteousness shall not be overthrown. Hearken to me, you who know righteousness, the people in whose heart is my Torah. Fear not the taunts of man, neither be dismayed by their revilings. For the moth shall eat them up like a garment, and the worm shall eat them like wool, but my righteousness shall be forever, and my salvation for all generations. Awaken, awaken, put on strength, O arm of the Lord. Awake as in the ancient days, in the generations of old. Art thou not in that has cut Rahab in pieces and wounded the crocodile? Art thou not it which dried the sea, the waters of the great deep, that made the depths of the sea a way for the ransomed ones to pass over? Therefore the redeemed of the Lord shall return, and come with singing to Zion, and everlasting joy shall be upon their head. They shall obtain gladness and joy, and sorrow and sighing shall flee away. Even I am he that comforts you. Who art thou that thou shouldst be afraid of a mortal man, and of the Son of Man, who shall be made as grass, and hast forgotten the Lord thy Maker, that stretched forth the heavens and laid the foundations of the earth, and hast feared continually every day, because of the fury of the oppressor, as he makes ready to destroy. And where is the fury of the oppressor? The crouching one hastens that he may be loosed, and he shall not die in the pit, nor shall his bread fail. And I am the Lord thy God, who stirs up the sea, that its waves roared. The Lord of hosts is his name. And I put my words into thy mouth, and I have covered thee in the shadow of my hand, that I may plant the heavens and lay the foundations the earth, and to say to Zion, thou art my people. Awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, who hast drunk at the hand of the Lord the cup of his fury. Thou hast drunk to the dregs, the deep bowl of staggering. There is none to guide her among all the sons whom she brought forth, nor is there any that takes her by the hand among all the sons that she has brought up. These two things have befallen thee, who shall console thee? Desolation and destruction, and famine and the sword. By whom shall I comfort thee? Thy sons have fainted, they lie at the head of all streets like a bison in a net, they are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy God. Therefore, hear now to this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. Thus says thy Lord the Lord, and thy God that pleads the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thy hand the cup of staggering, the deep bowl of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again. But I will place it into the hand of them that afflict thee, who have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body like the ground, and like the street, to them that go over. This could quite easily describe the current increase in attacks taking place on the streets of Israel at this very moment. May we merit either right now or in the coming year of 5783, the arrival of MoShiach ben Yosef.